Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to do a Chinese tea ceremony. The method is called rinsing and it is very standard and logical and utilitarian way to do that without any shenanigans in it. Everything on the table will have its very utilitarian meaning. I'm going to drink this boyer tea in this teapot. It's in clay, which is very famous in China, and it is very unique to China. It is located only there. It was basically, they excavated all of it, and right now it's a very limited resource. Well, but they still make quite a few of them. It's quite a lot of clay they've collected, so we can still buy it for a reasonable amount of money if you're not in, I guess, Europe or USA. So first of all, what you do is you warm up the teapot, and not only the teapot, but all the utensils, the cutlery, basically all the teapot, the cups, and this thing which is called, if you translate it from Chinese, it is the teapot of equality. Because when I put tea into it, and when I pour from it to every other cup, well, of course I only have one with me right now, because I'm drinking alone. It will only, but if you have several cups, it will be the exact same tea for every cup. But if you don't use it, let's say, and you put it in cups one by one like that, then the last cup will have the strongest tea, or you'll have to mix it, which is also a fun way to do that. So we warmed up our teapot and the cups, then we put the tea itself. I will take this amount. This is a kind of a lot, probably like 5 to 7 grams of tea. Yeah, the tea looks like it has been pressed, so it's to contain less space, because the tea leaves are big and there are like several ways they do that. I will not go into details into those right now. So that's it. Then after you put the tea here, the tea itself, right? You can wait for a couple minutes for it to warm up from the teapot, which is warmed up before. Smart, right? And it is also humid there. So the tea, because it's a dried product, right? Dried fruits. Sometimes what you do with dried fruits, you put water in them, and then when they absorb the water, they become kind of like the previous version of themselves, right? Like, I guess, zombie going back to life. Anyway, what I do sometimes, my dear friend Simon taught me that I just shake it, and I can listen to the tea, or I can smell it. You just listen. It's what you do tell for some when you. I think you'll listen to the wine, right? You don't smell it. This is what we say in Russia. And then what you do is, surprise, surprise, you put the water into the teapot. And so there's no magic here. You put the tea water, but the difference is, compared to the method that most people used to, is you put the water almost immediately into the cups or a teapot of the quality. Chahe, I think, right? If you try to pronounce it with broken Chinese, you've heard from tea shop owners say it. But the thing is, we don't drink the first rinse, as you call it. Oh, we can do this thing for the teapot. Because the teapot clay will absorb the tea into its pores, and the teapot will change. So in this tradition, it doesn't become dirty, it becomes, it grows character. So this is, or you can call it wash, right? Either the rinse or the wash. I don't know the terminology in English. I know the terminology in Russian. We call it basically a wash, right? So this is the first wash. You don't drink it because the tea was stored in just in storage facilities. It was dusty. No one washes the tea leaves. Surprise, surprise. They just collect it. They go through the tea factory magic, and then they just store it there. And no one washes the tea leaves. And they just it's if you understand the process, you will also understand why it is no one does that, and it is extremely illogical to do that. And so, if you have a good teapot, you can do this. You can, be fancy about how you put the tea into your teapot, teacups. So, this is actually the first rinse, and you can drink it. As you saw, because I put quite a considerable amount of tea for the teapot. For like this teapot, you usually put like up to, I think, 10 grams of tea. And then you drink it maybe 4 or 5 people, right? So it is kind of equal to your, I don't want to say it, but like the tea bags contain around 1.5 to 2 grams of tea in them. And so you make 1 cup of tea from them. So here you can drink from tens of grams of tea, around 1 to 2 liters of tea itself. So, and you do it with different wash. What happens when you do a wash, right? So the first wash will have a certain taste because, as you saw, the leaves were pressed, right? And when you do a first wash, they just opens up just a bit. So I don't know if you can see that, but they're not fully they're not fully open, right? So, and the taste that you will have is just from a certain part of a tea leaf, and the first wash will be different from the second one and the third one. Usually the third one is, I would say, not the richest, but it will contain the the ideas that the master who created this tea wanted it to have. But when you drink all of them, like the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, you will change, or you will notice something in a like different sort of notes of the tea, like you do in wine. Yeah. I will probably not do a second or third rinse right now because it will be quite a lot of tea for me to drink. But what I will say is every next wash, rinse, whatever, you do a bit longer. Some people use their breath to count the times you need to wait, right? So it's like if it's the first one, I'll just and I put the tea, the tea into teacups, right? If it's the second one, you use two breaths, right? So it's like, and you put it. So it's a very nice meditation. The third one, three breaths. But as you go to the fifth or sixth one, you might actually want to wait for maybe several minutes because you will notice that the tea will just dilute down, and for you to taste it to its fullest, you will need to wait a bit longer. It is the tea ceremony. I like it very much. It has the qualities to make your day very conscious, I would say. It's a sort of meditation. If you do it consciously, without any distractions, without just in the middle of your work, you drink your tea, right? Without any attention, your day can become very attentive to detail. And this is what I like about tea. This is what I like to drink it in the middle of a day, in the middle of a stress day, because you will just have, especially if you have office job or etc. It's with a lot of calls, a lot of distraction coming from notification and so on. You just become you kind of, I like to say, you grow of this very warm and soft barrier inside of you, and every notification and every stressful event that is trying to derail you, right? It just becomes a bit easier to deal with, and your mind becomes very calm and composed, and you don't, the things that seem to you like a big deal just doesn't. The tea, the qualities of the tea, the chemicals in it, I think the closest I would get to express what it does to your brain is it's like you are having a CBD or something like that, but it's a bit deeper than that, because with CBD you just take in the end product. There is no process to it, right? It's like a pill. You took a pill and you wait for it to take in effect. Here you also have the teapot. You set up the music, you set up the lights. You don't drink in a dirty place, right? You clean everything. You like your teacups. You have a favorite. You have your favorite teapot. You have teapot for one tea. You have teapot for another tea. You have teapot. You have, this is called gaiwan. I don't know how to pronounce it in Chinese. For maybe for green tea. You have all those little things that distract you from routine, from getting sucked into a endless rat race. And this is what I like about the tea the most. And yeah, I recommend everyone do that and just try to drink their way. Even right now, as I'm talking to you, I actually, you know, you can say I got a bit high from it. It just because I woke up and I didn't feel, I would say, my best. I had some intrusive negative thoughts, but I immediately, what I did is like I woke up and I know what I need to do. I kind of slept not that well, and but I knew that I need to go out and walk and do some affirmations, positive talk, and movement. Just to circulate your blood, to breathe in, to go near the water, right? So I went to the river, looked at the river. I went back and I felt better, but when I started making tea, set up everything in this environment, and just drank like a couple of sips of this tea, my brain, it just feels here in the back of my skull. It just feels so soft and nice in my eyes. Everything. It just world became a bit of a better place. That's why I like the tea, and I also like to drink it with someone way more than I like to drink it by myself. I really miss my tea company when I travel, and I miss them when they're gone to their travels or when they're gone to their internal struggles and dealing with their internal struggles. Oh, one word is when you drink the tea or anything tasty with rich taste, the way you do that with wine and the way you do it with coffee, with the way you do it with tea also is the aeration method. So you aerate the tea when you inhale it. It's like that. It's sounds awful, but basically you inhale the tea together with what with water, and it becomes good tea, and it's aerate. So you will when you will swallow the tea, you can actually, after you swallow, you can exhale through your nose. So the 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 tea aroma, the tea smell will go through your nose, and you can notice some notes in it. And together with that, you also will have the taste of the aftertaste of the tea. So it's a nice process. Okay, I guess it's enough for now. Maybe I will create another video with another method, or with just talks about tea, something that I didn't mention before in this one. Bye.